Hey, people. I had this question that came in that last movie. It was the third one on the Hidden Devil series. What now about the yellow rose? Nothing in the scripture is literal, everything metaphoric or allegoric. Without your experience in Europe with Uzi, a link would be missing. And so, not really. The beginning of all the stories in the Bible are telling the time, they're telling the age, and not just with numbers the way we do it today. But a yellow rose, is friendly, and the yellow rose is the sunrise. And so, if it just said rise the sun, that's all you would know is it was the morning. But the way it was worded, as rose, the yellow. A yellow rose is friendly, so it means a good morning. And then it goes to tell, where the sun rose, and that's in the word ben, in the cycle. And so in the cycle is meaning the time. All the suns are bings, marks of times. And so it's telling a time, that a good day that the sun rose in Ben. In Jarabari, is the year, and then AB, is AB or AV of Barry or vary, the year of variable years. And they give several words to days, but in Jimmy, it doesn't mean the days. Jimmy is a click, and so it means a certain day. Be in the Jimmy. And so then these words, I didn't take time to figure all this out. I've never studied the metatonic cycle and their secret words. They have a different word for every day for 19 years. The metatonic cycle, 19 years long, every single day, even though it's just another year the same day, it's going to have a different name. And that's why when you look in the Bible, they have all these strange names. And if you look up the names, if they're ever used again, the names will be spelled different every time. And so these are proud poets, and so even if they're saying the same thing, they're not going to say it the same way as the other guy, and they're not going to repeat themselves. They're going to change it. But yeah, in the beginning of the stories, did brew. Brew means in rue, R-E-U, in rue, into awaken, in brew. And then, they, who, the Jew, her bid. And so the Jew is like your body, you're inside of a Jew. Everything is a Jew. It's just a representation that has a spirit in it, And so the Jew, her bid, and her bid, there's always a bidding going on between the sun and the moon. Her and him, the sun and the moon. And the sun casts his light on the moon, and the moon reflects it. And so a bid, this is the bidding of a key. They're all different. Not all keys are the same. Everyone has its own bidding, so it only fits its lock. It has to match up. The depth of the cuts, so when the pins set in, they're the right length to open the lock. Is the bidding, it's your specific number. You can order keys up if you know the bidding and you lose your key, and you can order keys up just with the number, a 7 1 5 6 7 3, and you just order this over the internet, and they'll send you a key that'll fit your lock. The bidding is your own personal number. And so the moon shows a bidding, how much and what side the sun's shining on, and what stars in the sky that it's sitting at that place, and where the sun's setting, what set of stars the sun sits in. And then to get a better idea of the year, you would find one of these slower moving visible planets in the night and tell which set of stars that it was in. And then to get to age, you would talk about where the Easter equinox, where the sun was rising on the Easter equinox, would tell an age. And it's all bidding. Every one of them has its own cut. And so her bitters, the rose day yellow, a friendly day, a yellow sunrise, and then as to who show, as who show. As who show is the one that's showing, the sun rose to show, and it's telling what kind of a show. It was a good morning. The sun rose in the cycle, then in the year of very, very, by the Jimmy, by the click, by the certain time, and these words is changing here. This is going to be part of the name of the day. Ozzy, they, what's, Zach, and if you break these words down, you can get a better idea. A Zach is a tool, or to cut, divide, knowledge. And then when it gets to the kings, it's into the place, from, and the locale. The little mark here has you read this backwards after you get to it. From locale, from the place, my key, my give, you would. And so this is the part to figure out the exact time this is the part that you have to figure out. It's a good morning, it was a good day, and show Ben, and then this is the time, the Jar of Berry by Jimmy Ozzy. They, what's, Zach, itches, fee. And so it's a Zach, a Z is a 7, the tool to divide the knowledge, itches, fee. Each has fee, the money it costs to see Gomer. And, EM, them, place, locale, my key. Then place my key, you would, of Jimmy, of the certain time, the year in as, YR, the year in as, Ben, in the cycle, in that time. And then I missed this when I did this movie. This isn't just to make wash, but it's the saw, S-A-W, or so who, wash. And so a wash, W-A-S-H, a wash is the end of a cycle. Wash day. Oh, it's Saturday. It's time to do the laundry again. It's wash day. When something goes all the way around and back to the beginning of its cycle again, it goes through the wash and then it begins a new cycle. And so the wash is letting you know that it's the end cycle. And so I don't take time to figure out all this. I haven't studied the metatonic cycle. I haven't found it. It's all top secret with the high-ranking rabbis. And nobody else's business. But that's what all the first line, that's why it's so long, because it's telling you the time, did brew into awaken in the morning. And then the rest of the poetry is all coded too. It's all the same thing. Even if you reading the Hebrew, which is a total different story than what they forced on it, it's still all coded. It's like a pirate's treasure map. It's secret, and he's going to use all his secret symbols. That's why you see on them old maps, you see creatures that just never existed. Fish with feet, and it all has secret meanings to remind him, but not everybody could read it unless he was to explain it to you. Alright, I'm going to cut this off here. Good day.